Hello and welcome to Dee Dee Blooms. This video is going to provide you an update of my back grow room. For those of you who have watched previous videos, you have seen snippets of this grow room, in particular the oncidiums that are up on these upper shelving here. And I've got lots of spikes going on. You can see them pointing to the sky. Can't wait for all the shows that are going to happen. But what changed is my Cattleyas, which were growing in my southeastern exposure family room by the sliding glass door and windows. I moved that shelving right here. So that's where they are now, along with the pole of plants that was also in that area. I then also purchased another shelving unit right over here, just to add capacity, and there was a desk here and a filing cabinet. I moved the filing cabinet right here, and the desk I moved out of the room. And so that desk had a smaller metal shelving unit, so there were orchids on that, and those ended up in the new area here. And then I spread out some of my other orchids. We got some new living room furniture, and so made space for that. Very exciting to get new furniture. So again, for those who have seen my videos before, you might have seen this little shelving unit here in the window. Right now the mixture is mostly Hocoglossom hybrids, a Neophonetia hybrid, Cymbidium seedling, a Renanthera hybrid there, another Hocoglossom, and then a Cattleya that I almost killed when I repotted it without any new roots. Mistake, big mistake. This pole has a variety of orchids, and one feature is this one that is in lovely bloom. It's a hybrid of Hocoglossom sublifolium and Rhynchostylus gigantea, and it is extremely lovely for those who like spotted flowers with light fragrance, light flowery fragrance. This is for you. She's a beauty. I cannot say how happy I am with her. She's just gorgeous. And I love the growth pattern. It's interesting, these Hocoglossoms, they all just kind of look a little different depending on what they're mixed with, of course. So got a little bloom show right there. Miltagia here, lavender taffy kiss, my Trichocentrum cunini, my rat tail orchid, so cool. But as we come over here, here's my Cattleya orchid. So yeah, my Cattleyas. So I've got one hanging down there, and so I've got some promise. They're just not been doing much for me yet. I am not in a blooming place with them because a lot of them are very young. This might turn into some buds, but I don't know. I've had the majority of these for as much as 3 years, and then I got more and more over the last several years, but a lot of these are actually, they've been with me for 3 years and I don't have any blooms. So I think it's just, they just need to mature more. I don't think it's necessarily anything I've done. In this area too, I also have some Brassivola hybrids, Brassivola nodosa hybrids. There's one. Got another one up here on this shelf. Some more of my little babies, little baby orchids, young orchids, Cattleyas, all doing their best, growing for me. My non-hybrid Brassivola nodosa baby is right back in there. I do have a Dendrobium blue twinkle, good size, back in there. I'm hoping might bloom for me. And then some of my taller Cattleyas are up top here. So yeah, I got that moved in here. I'm really liking it so far. And then this additional shelf, I've got some of my other mixture of types of orchids. If, again, you've watched any of my videos and some of my bloom videos, I was really excited this last season that Vanda Peaches bloomed for me. And I'm going to move her outside probably within the next month or so to get the warmth of the summer. And hopefully she'll bloom again this season for me. She's been doing real great. I've got my habanerias starting to, some of them starting to wake up. Very, very exciting times. I have a habaneria video that you should check out if you're interested in habanerias. There's another one. My stenoglottises are also waking up. And this is just a mixture of miltagias, various Neophanetia hybrids. My papilionanthe, which was growing outdoors, suffered cold damage and lost the tips of most of its leaves, but it's got a new tip, so I don't think I'm going to lose it. It's just going to recover for a while. This is my Vanda rumrail. I have a Vanda Pachera Delight baby right here. It's an epidendrum hybrid back in there. A little miniature Laelia lundii, cerulea. Another little Neophanetia I'm trying to grow up. Come down here, Dendrobium nanochip that I'm going to tear apart and get rid of all those ugly pseudobulbs. My fragmentpediums, a little bit of Cattleya overflow, another Dendrobium hanging here. It's getting long. This is the ellipsophyllum. One orchid I highly recommend. It's this one from Peter Lynn Diamond Orchids, Neophanetia falcata crossed with Phalaenopsis stobartiana. This one fills my grow room with fragrance every time I walk in. This has bloomed for me multiple times. This is, I think, the third time it's bloomed, and it is just absolutely lovely. Spray of flowers. The flowers are beautiful with that light yellow, light pink lips. Sorry, I'm shaking. And it's such a compact plant, so it's easy to find space for it. Very lovely, easy to grow, easy to bloom, fragrant. This one has just been getting really big for me. I've had this one almost 3 years. It's a Vanda and Hochoglossum cross. Look at those crazy roots. And this one in lovely spike is my Phalaenopsis Chia E. Yunlin. I moved her over here under my brighter Barina lights. For those who've seen, again, what this grow room kind of looks like, I typically grow my mottled leaf or variegated leaf Phalaenopsis over there with the lower light spectrum. But this one started losing the beautiful colorings. It's just not as prominent as when it was growing under brighter light. So I want that to be more prominent. So I moved her over here, hoping that will accomplish that. I can't wait for her to open up her blooms. I'm currently watering one of my Phalaenopsis. She is very thirsty. In my Oncidium videos, I have featured this guy a lot. It's got this beautiful fern growing out of it, and look at the baby fern leaf. So cute. But my Oncidiums, I have all these spikes going on. It's crazy. I've got my Psychopsis spike. The plant is down here. And so the spike comes up. I think this is going to be the first flower, if it'll actually not abort on me. I've got another spike right here for my Irish Mist Oncidium. My butterscotch is all done with its flowers. I gotta go get those, throw them out. My Dendrobium nobilis, which I just featured in a video, starting to lose all their leaves. But yes, lots and lots of spikes going on. This is my Oncidium Geo Queen spike. And my Gilded Tower Mystic Maze, my Banfieldiara. This is the second time this one has bloomed in less than 6 months. It bloomed from this pseudobulb on this side, so this is the spike I cut, and then it shot out another spike. Amazing. So happy. So happy. So on these next shelves, I've got some baby Denfels back here, some other type of Dendrobiums. This is Tannii from Andy's Orchids, Bracteosum. They've never bloomed for me. I've had them for some time. The Dendrobiums tend to get attacked by spider mites, so they don't do as well for me. I've got my Cleisocentron Marillianum crossed with Gokusingii here, and it's just starting a new little spike right there. So exciting. I highly recommend the Cleisocentrons. I have had no problems growing them, no problems getting them to spike. Then I have some Epidendrum porpaxis here, 2 different sizes. This, as you can see, is larger leaves, larger flowers, smaller leaves, smaller flowers. Oh, one I really recommend, Dendrobium tetragonum. It just finished blooming for me again. It's fragrant, it's compact, and it's starting a whole new flower spike right there. I have found it to be very easy to grow, and it blooms multiple times in a year. Just wonderful. This in bloom little cutie here is my aberrans, Dendrobium aberrans. So we come over here and I have a lot of my encyclias. I have a Cordillera hybrid. Encyclia Marie is back here. This is the Renata Schmidt I got from SVO, and a little division when I repotted her fell off, so I potted that up. This is another hybrid Bractescens and Nemotocolan. Sorry, not good at pronouncing. I have an Angraecum DDRI right here. Lots of roots, starting to bush out. It's never bloomed for me. This is my Dendrobium pacrete. Got a lovely last bloom going on there. Encyclia alata is way in the back here, doing okay. The little Cattleya seedling way back there. I should move it over to the Cattleyas. My Dendrobium kingianum seedling way down there, and a Roseoglossum hybrid working on a new growth. I'm going to repot it because that new growth is like just overhanging the little pot. This Oncidium is way down here. It's the Gower Ramsey right here, and on the other side, this is a double waterer, is the Wilsonara Jovanilla first out. But the Gower Ramsey is in spike, and it goes on and on and on, and it was hitting the ceiling, so I had to move it down all the way to that lower shelf, and here here it is. Pretty crazy. Just like the Psychopsis flower spike going on and on and on and on, and hopefully this turns into the first bloom right here. The Oncidiums are all growing really, really well. So to transition to the next shelves, this is my Coelogyne mayeriana, and it's working on this new growth right here. It's going to mature a pseudobulb like this, and it's a large orchid, large leafed, and it loves moisture. So when I was trying to figure out how to pot this up, it's a fast grower. When I was trying to figure out what to do, I just decided to get a plant, the planters, you know, like the rectangular planters, and they have the bottom trays. So I bought a bottom tray only for it, and I drilled some holes so I could put in this hanger, and then put all the moss in with the plant, and then cut out certain holes to finagle the pseudobulbs through, and then zip tied this plastic chicken wire type stuff over the top. It's been doing really, really well. My husband had an idea to glue a little reservoir from an old ice cream bucket top, so it actually will hold water in there as well. Gives me a little extra time between waterings. So jumping back up here, I got my Renantheras, and this is my Tom Thumb in beautiful bloom. It has just started opening its first flowers. It's got quite a number it's working on. It's branching out here. I love him, so pretty. I love Renantheras. I suggest them too for collections. They don't get too wide. They might get tall, but very nice. I have some baby Denphals here. They've never bloomed for me. Who knows, maybe soon. My Oncidium Twinkles are here. I've got the Marguerite, the Oro, and the Pink Profusion up here. That one's never bloomed for me. These guys bloomed beautifully. You might have seen the videos. This is my Clesiocentra Gokusingii. It gives a darker blue flower. I'll insert some pictures of that flower in here now so you can see. It's a lot darker of a blue flower than the Beryllium crossed with Gokusingii right here. But they're both beautiful. You can't go wrong with either one of them. I have some Droseras growing back there. And over here I have my Chandranthes, amazing Andrea, pretty in pink. I have featured her many times. I love her. I'm hoping she puts out a new growth soon. I have a Cochleanthes aromatica back here. Another variety of Cochleanthes are in here. This one just put out a first bloom for me. It's a complex hybrid from Sunset Valley Orchids, and I will put a picture right now of that beautiful individual little bloom. It was so fragrant. They're still selling it on their website, I believe, and she's growing really, really nice. And so the fragrance is really nice and just easy to grow. I have found with Cochleanthes for the most part, and Chandranthes type orchids. Down here I have a whole variety of stuff going on, but way in the back there's little Denphal, and then in the middle Sarcochilus that I was struggling with. It's starting to come back. This is my which one are you again? Angraecum distinctum. She's starting to give me multiple growths. So I'm real excited about her getting more bushy. She puts out these beautiful little tiny white flowers. I'll put some pictures up. And very fragrant for the tiny little flowers. Then I have some other types of Dendrobiums that I'm struggling with. This is Aussie Hylo alba. Not doing too well. This is another type of Aussie type that I tried with higher humidity. Doesn't seem to matter. I've got a little Angraecum DDRI that fell off when I repotted the main plant. My Diakia hendersoniana is starting a whole new flower spike and a new leaf. You can see the brown old flower spike. I have some more Denphals, baby Denphals. My Angraecum leonis. It's got some really good new baby roots for the season. It's growing real well. Very, very happy. Come along here, a beautiful Coelogyne. Is it tricolor? The tag's too far away for right now, but it's growing with my Cattleya's, which I have several left in my collection. I've killed many Cattleya's. I feel awful about it. But the ones I have, I'm doing the best I can for them. And they seem to be doing okay. In fact, one of them way up there has a whole bunch of flower spikes. So I must be doing something right, somewhat. It's my Cattleya corner with a couple ZZ plants. And then this might look familiar. I have shown and featured in a not too long ago video my lower light species and mottled leaf variety Phalaenopsis. And the star of the show today from these shelves is my Bronze Maiden. I got this from Norman's Orchids a couple years ago, and this is the third time it's blooming for me. And I highly recommend her. She gets bigger though, so if you have space for her, I highly recommend her in an orchid collection. She's easy to grow, fragrant, lightly fragrant, and she has such beautiful flowers. Look at that. I think she is amazing. So I have found her very easy to grow. I also have the Silver Maiden from Norman's. And then you can see some of my other mottled leaves. These are my Phalaenopsis. I have a species Gigantea. Here's my Equestris right here. And then I have some other hybrids. These shelves also are kind of my, not just only mottled leaf and species. I have some where they struggle in my northern growing room where the majority of my Phalaenopsis grow. And when they struggle, I bring them here for more kind of intensive care because they can get lost in the fray of my large northern window. This is my one and only Lepanthes growing here. I've killed so many Lepanthes, I'm not going to get any more. There's some blooms for me periodically, so I don't know what I'm doing right with it, but it's doing okay. I have a little Stewartiana growing here. This is another Stewartiana, the Nobile type, which should give me yellow flowers instead of the standard white. This is my Sanderiana. I have Pulcherima varieties. This is my Marmorata variety, one of my favorites. I'm sure you can tell why. Deliciosa silverleaf. This is my Mini Mark. It's not in bloom right now. Another little Pulcherima variety. Some of my miniature phals. This is my Parishii. I have a baby Amboinensis, Nicole, trying to grow. This is a little Minmaru of Sideria japonica variety. My Malapoense gives little orangey tangerine flowers. This is a Mini Mark I got a couple years ago, which has never thrived. And I don't think it's gonna make it, but as long as it's trying, I'm trying. This is my Lindenii. It's getting bigger and bigger, beautiful leaves. I have a couple jewel orchids that are struggling that I have here. I don't do very well with jewel orchids. And this is my baby little Bellina Cerulean. Down here, oh, well, I didn't show you this Philippensis that I almost lost. It's making a comeback with this new leaf. And down here is my other Philippensis. Oops, sorry. And I have a little Rangis here that's growing a new leaf and beautiful new root growth that works real well under these lower lights. This is a species Phalaenopsis, Marie. I've got brown leaf tips, so I'm not sure if I'm over fertilizing. I gotta research that a bit. This is a grocery store phal I was struggling with, but you can see the spotting, so the species heritage is showing through. Got the cutest little fountain here. And I have a Horalia 3-lip right there, which needs constant moisture. This is my Horalia odorata, and some of the leaves are not happy about that constant moisture, and the wood is starting to mold, so I'm going to redo that one. My last Ornithocephalus, I found out that they like a little bit of drying between watering, so I rotted all my other ones. I learned that. I have a little species Tillumnia, Triquetra, that I want to pot up, but I just throw it in the fountain a little bit here and there, give it some moisture. And a Valentini Phalaenopsis, which is throwing up a new little spike for me. I'm very happy about that because the big flower spike that it has had hasn't done anything for me for a year and a half. No blooms. Yeah, this is my Zebrina Phalaenopsis, and this is Yin's Black Eagle. I was struggling for a bit, but I think I'm going to move this back to my north growing window. And so that's the growing room, guys. Thanks. I'm sorry this took so long and it's kind of messy. I'm still working some storage issues out. But little by little, I'll get them more cleaned up and organized. And thanks for joining me. If you have any questions, please leave those in. Let me know in the comments. And, you know, if you have any suggestions, if you see something I might be doing that doesn't look that great, please let me know. I'm learning right along with all of you. I've learned some things myself, and I'll share my knowledge and just sharing my experience. But now you can kind of, as I share my growing areas, hopefully you can visualize more where I'm growing them, how I'm growing them. I've got various temperature gauges, so you can see about 58% humidity Temperature on this side is 66.7. We come over here. We've got 61% humidity and 72 degrees, so a little bit difference there. And then 59% humidity, I don't know if you can see that one, and 70 degrees. So that's about my growing conditions. In here, it stays fairly consistent, gets a little warmer in the summertime. So again, if you have questions, leave them in the comments. If you like this content and you like seeing updates to my grow areas, give it a thumbs up. That just helps me know you like the content. And even if I don't get any thumbs up, I still probably share my grow areas anyway, but it sure does help prompt me, is all my point. So no pressure. Do what you would like. But if you stayed this long, this is a longer video, I appreciate it, and thanks so much, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.